Hello, Rose. Hello, Jessica. Good morning. Hello, Flavia. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, it's cold. Thank you, James. How is everyone doing? Hello, Amy. Hello, Vero. Oh, I know how I can do it. I can do it like that. Hello, Ebony. Hello, Gufran. Hello, Danica and Salam. Welcome, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow this morning. I'm a little tired. So I need my coffee and a little bit of time before I feel completely awake. Hello, Babinka. Okay, so we are here. This is English Q&A session. So if you have questions about English, then ask me your questions about English. Okay? That's what we're doing here today. You were waiting for me yesterday, but Babinka, yesterday was Sunday. I don't do anything on Sunday. I have live streams and voice streams 10 times a week. Monday through Thursday, I do 2. And Friday and Saturday, I have 1. But those would be Friday and Saturday evening for you, but nothing on Sunday. Nothing on Sunday. Looks like good nutrition these days. You mean I'm getting fat? Actually, I lost weight. I did get fat. And everyone should. In life, if you've never gotten fat, I feel sorry for you. Food is delicious. Go eat something. But I am losing weight. Mostly. Gufran, the time now is 9:06 a.m. Well, thank you, Babinka. I appreciate that. I try to be interesting, but I don't know if I really am. If you want to raise your hand, you can. You can come on stage. You don't have to turn on the camera. You can turn off the camera. You can come talk to me about English. I do occasionally ask, or I should say, I do occasionally answer questions about other things besides English. All right, Neil wants to talk to me. One moment, Neil. All right. Come on up, Neil. Hello, Neil. How are you?
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
It's good morning to me. Good evening for you. So, Neil, what can I do for you today? How can I help you?
Sir, you told me to read elsfast.com. So I try to read, but I want to know how to like when I'm speaking in front of crowd, lots of crowd. So at that time I have not idea how to talk like at a time of speaking. When will be when I use nouns, which time, like which present tense, past tense, future tense, and sir, also I have pronunciation problem, like so administration,
Administration. Yeah, administration. Yeah, you just have to slow down, Neil. Yeah, and Neil, again, pronunciation. You need to remember that Indian language, the languages, Hindi and Tamil and Telugu and all those, they have a different sound and a different rhythm and different mouth movements than English. So you have to make a different sound and a different mouth movement and a different rhythm when you speak English, right? So practice reading things like the ESL Fast stories. You can just read those, right? But read them out loud and slow down and open your mouth more. And then also try to take a breath. I want you guys to think about periods. When you see a period, I want you to think that that's a breath time. That's a time to take a breath. All right? And the reason why I say that is because it's a trick that we use in singing, where if you sing, you take a deep breath, and then you sing a long line with a lot of words, right? So you use one breath to sing many, many words all together. And that does two things. One, it links the words nice and smoothly because you're using one breath to get everything out. And two, it makes a nice rhythm for the words as well. So, so what you can do is, first of all, slow down, all right? And then second, just open your mouth more for better pronunciation, all right? And then the grammar stuff, Neil, there are two things you can do. One, work on your grammar more. You just need to focus on grammar more. Grammar is hard. And if you want to have exceptional English, then you need to really work on your grammar more. And then two, whatever you're writing, if you're writing things that you want to speak in front of people, then that's when you have time to sit down and think about, should it be present tense? Should it be past tense? Should it be future tense? Is it present continuous? What should I do here? And you can use ChatGPT or DeepSeek or whatever to help you, right? Tell it, here is my speech. Please help me correct the grammar and tell me what I did wrong so that I can improve my writing for next time. Right? So slow down and open your mouth more and work on your grammar. Figure out what your major grammar problems are, right? Focus on your grammar and figure out what those grammar problems are. And then when you're writing whatever you're trying to speak in front of people, take the time to correct the grammar and make sure it's right before you speak. Okay?
Sir, whatever I telling you, sir, you understand me, my English or not?
I understand you, but it's my job to understand you. Neil, I've been here for 12 years, and I'm an ESL teacher, so I have more experience talking with people who have accents. So I'm
because sir, you are a native speaker, and sir, so I'm checking here my confidence. You understand me, my language, English. It's a fine to understand, understand or not. Because many Indians tell me that your English is when you speak English and you have your grammatical problems, grammatical errors. You don't use this. Where is, are, and have, should, would. So that I don't know.
Okay, so what though? Life is not a grammar test. Life is not a grammar test, you know? Neil, you are a musician. That's what you need to think about from now on. Language is music, and you are a musician, and you are learning how to make better music, and it takes time. And you have to be confident and go out there and try to make the best music you can. And you're going to make mistakes when you make music. Sometimes you hit the wrong note, you play the wrong chord, you're not the right speed, you're too fast, you're too slow. Something, right? That's music. That's the way it happens. Is to make great music, you have to make bad music first. So use what you can, use what you know, and then keep trying and make it better each time. Make it more musical each time, which just means it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. If you analyzed my grammar, I'm sure there would be a few mistakes sometimes. So I don't care. And you know, guess what? The rules of grammar are still changing too. So, you know, don't worry about them so much. And don't listen to what people around you are saying, Neil, because I think I told you before, non-natives around you, they judge you much more critically and harshly than most people would. So for some reason, if you live in India and you're studying English, the other Indians around you, they will be the ones who are telling you, you're not very good. It's not the Americans who are saying you're not very good, you know. No, it's actually your friends. It's your Indian friends who are telling you that you're not good. But if you asked a native, they would say, wow, no, you're pretty good. So you need to relax.
You lose my confidence.
Yeah, I think it's just a natural thing that happens that when you are learning another language, you tend to judge it much more critically, and sometimes you lose sight of what the purpose of language is. So when you learn a new language, sometimes you get so focused on the grammar and the rules that you think it's about the grammar and the rules, but it's not. It's about communication. So in your own language, you probably don't think about the grammar or the rules, and you don't correct yourself so much. But when you learn another language, now suddenly you're very careful about those things. Well, relax. I'm not telling you you shouldn't improve your grammar. You should keep working on it, of course. But you don't have any major grammar problems. I'm talking to you and I have no trouble. So don't worry about it. Okay? Just keep working on it. Keep working on it. Follow the advice I gave you.
Sir. Thank you, sir, for encouraging me. And I will try to practice myself. Uh, and I correct myself. But I have, sir, one question, sir. How can I correct my, sir, pronunciation problem?
Well, if you go to my website, did you go to my website recently?
Yeah, once time I go there. Sir.
Well, go there now because let me show you something. Here is my website, everyone. If you go to my website and you go to this corner up here where it says resources, you can click here and I now have this nice little section here for reading, writing, listening, speaking, IELTS and TOEFL preparation, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. If you click on here, now look, I have all these links here for you to improve your pronunciation. All right, this is the Forvo English Pronunciation Dictionary, or like, look at this one. This is fun. Let me find it here. I think it's this one. Yeah, so with this, you can click on, hold on. Here is the Cambridge Pronunciation Dictionary, right? So you can just click on some of these, like, let's see, how about this one here? Look at all these words. Right, all these A words, and you can just click on them and just hear how they sound, or you can type in a word. If you're not sure, you can type it in and it'll pronounce it for you. So here's this one, and here's the UK way to say it.
Accomplishment. Accomplishment.
Accomplishment. Accomplishment.
Okay, so that's one tool that's on my website now. And then also, whoops, I didn't mean to end the screen sharing. Sorry, hold on, let me get that back up there. Then this one here, the Forvo English Pronunciation Dictionary. Again, you type it in, it will give you the pronunciation, and it has a lot of guides for pronunciation as well, okay? If you go to this one here, Fun Easy English Pronunciation, you can click on vowels like number 1 here, and look, there's a video. And it tells you, oh, the E sound. This is the long E sound. That's the sound of the words be and complete and bean and cheap and eat and meet and seat, right? So you know where this sound comes from. And then, look, they even show you how to make your voice, like what to do with your vocal cords and how you can feel the different sounds and what your mouth is supposed to look like, your position. Look at that. Everything's there. All right. And then they have videos so you can hear what it's supposed to sound like and answers to practice here. All right. So that's all on that one page. All right. And then text to phonetics, also this one here. Again, just type in a word and it'll pronounce it for you. And you can play with the speeding it up or slowing it down, use a British accent, an American accent, whatever. Right. GamesToLearnEnglish.com is a website I talk about where it's just games to practice English, right? But they all have the sounds to them too. So, like, let's say you want to work on idioms, you can go down here to the idioms one and review. And here's, oh, look, there's a fish out of water and
A fish out of water.
and
Under the weather.
okay, so they have recordings and you can learn idioms. There's a game that you can play.
A fish out of water.
You have to choose which one it is. Oh, it's this one. Right? So this is, again,
the weather.
that's good for your hearing, for listening, for pronunciation. So when they say under the weather, you should repeat under the weather. Right? So that's all on my website also. Every one of these, if you want to practice reading. These are all links for reading. Okay, if you want to practice writing, every link you need to improve your writing is right here. Okay, so pronunciation, there's lots of stuff there for pronunciation that'll help you. Okay, vocabulary, grammar, IELTS, everything you need is right there on my website in that one link. Okay, and you can also go to see my schedule. If you want to see my voice room and live stream schedule, it's also there on my website now. So you can see what days am I here, what time. It'll show your time zone. If you look from your country, then these times will show your time zone, not mine. That's my time zone right now. But it will show yours, okay, when you look at it. All right, so there you go. So, Neil, you should go to my website and use some of those links to start working on whatever you think. Pronunciation, grammar, all of those things are right there, okay? Is it free? Yes, my website is free. All you have to do is subscribe. You just subscribe, just, give your email, and that's it. And then you have access to that. And there's also, very soon, I'm going to be adding 2 PDFs for free as well. So if you sign up, there will be 2 PDFs that you can download on my website. One is a PDF with 10 tips that I give about English and how to practice and learn. And the other one is a PDF that has a couple thousand IELTS practice questions for speaking practice questions. Okay? So, and yes, the link, you guys want the link. All right, here is the link. AFIECEnglish.com. And if you go to my website, if you see it, you'll know, what does AFIEC mean? It means this. If you look up in the upper corner here, a friend in every corner, AFIEC, a friend in every corner, English coaching. All right. So all that's on my website, and there's more coming soon to my website as well. So, you can buy private lessons from me on my website. You can see my live stream and voice room schedule on my website. And if you want to self-study, every great resource that you need for practicing English, that's free. All the free resources I could find are on my website. Okay?
Yeah.
So spend some time with that, Neil. Okay?
Thank you, sir. And you, sir, deserve the people, sir. You help the people, sir. So, how can I say, sir? It's my problem to say, but I think I say you, sir. Thanks, sir.
Thank you is enough.
No.
Thank you is enough.
Not enough, sir. In India, sir, we pray a teacher, sir. We think like a teacher is like a god.
Well, the greatest
In
respect
India.
you can give to your teachers is to go study. That's the greatest respect you can give to your teachers. Respect the information that they respect, and they will respect you.
Sir, when you come to India, sir, we respect as a teacher like a god.
Wow. Well, then I got to go to India.
Also, sir, also equal to father.
Okay.
Father.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's a big responsibility, I think. But one day I hope to go visit India. So we'll see. But Neil, thank you for coming on the stage, and keep working on it. You're doing fine. Don't listen to people who have negative criticism. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to criticize things. It's easy to find faults. It's not as easy to be supportive. It's not as easy to find ways to motivate and encourage, right? So any great teacher should find a way to give you criticism and motivation at the same time, right? So I don't want you to feel like you're not good, because if you don't feel like you're good, then you're also not going to want to study, right? If I just tell you you're terrible, then you're not going to want to work on it, right? So every teacher should start from a positive place and should say, I think you're doing great, but I do think you need to work on this, 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 and this, and you need to be serious about it. That's all. Okay? All right, Neil. Well, I'm going to let you go, but thank you so much for coming on my stage, and come back and see me again, okay?
Okay, okay.
All right. Take care, my friend.
Okay. Also, you, sir.
Oh, I think I cut him off right in the middle of speaking. I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Hello, Mona. Thank you, Ive. Yeah, so whatever you need is right there on my site. And there were a few problems with it. The last couple of days, there were a few links that didn't quite work right. I think it's all working now. I think everything is working on there now. So, I have more coming at some point. My website will continue to get better and better, so just go subscribe, All right, let me check the comments here. The teacher is not listening to us. Mohammed, when you're speaking to a person, it's not nice. As a matter of fact, it's rude. If I don't focus on them and I'm talking to you, that's not what I should be teaching you. I should be teaching you how to give your attention to the person who's speaking to you when you're speaking with someone, right? So that's why I don't talk to people while I'm talking to someone on stage. All right? I can't do both. I won't. It's not good communication. All right? You missed me. I don't know where you think I was. I was here. I have one day off a week. Sunday is my day off. You want me to correct? I missed you, and where were you? That's correct. There's nothing wrong with what you just wrote. Can too many resources be distracting? Yes, but for some people, too many resources can be too distracting. But I have found that the traditional way of studying, I just don't find it to be a very complete way, and I find it to be limiting. So the traditional way of studying with one book at a time and only doing that, book, finishing that one before you do another one, I don't find that to be a very effective way of understanding the completeness of something that you're trying to study. I think it's better to try to read a few books at the same time on the same subject, right? I think it's better to have many resources that have the same subject from different angles, okay? So, for me, I think it's important to see all the angles. Like when you're trying to build a car, if you build a great engine, that's great, but you still need the rest of the car too, right? So you need to know how to build a great engine. So you need a book for building a great engine, but you also need a book for building a great transmission, and you need a book for building a great body of the car, and you need a book for building a great set of tires. You need a book for building a great interior, right? So you need expert knowledge on different aspects. And sure, there are always books that claim to have everything, but I just don't believe that. So I want as many sources as I can. And I think it's better that way because it's more like it gives you a better idea of what you are up against, right? So if you want to go climb a mountain, if you've seen that mountain, then you have a better idea of how difficult it's going to be. But if you've never seen the mountain, then you can't really prepare yourself that well. So I think, here's what I think. It's kind of like this metaphor. Studying one book at a time is kind of like just putting your head down and just looking at your feet when you walk. right? It does work and it is focusing and you are making progress, but you aren't seeing the whole picture, right? So you are able to focus on the path. That's good, but you can't see the whole picture, so you don't really know where you're going, right? But if you study many resources, then you're able to see the whole picture, okay? But it does require some discipline. Whereas Clay is not here on Mondays. He's only here on Wednesday and Friday. How to pronounce the word noir. Noir is a French word. Noir is actually noir. And it's a French word, actually. Film noir, right? Mona has a question. Oh, and I forgot about my YouTube people over here. Flavia, I'm doing great also. And hello, A-Key Zin. And how do you say the word predator? Predator, Flavia. Predator. That's a famous movie. Okay, Mona has a question. Imagine I'm a professor at a university and your students are arguing and one of them starts crying. Would you think the one who cried is weak? As a professor? No, of course not. That's silly. You're having an argument about what? What are you having? Are you having a debate about, philosophy? Are you having an argument about what you ate over lunch? Are you having an argument about a boyfriend being stolen? What are you arguing about? That matters too. You're reading a book about emotions, how to better understand them. It's called Master Your Emotions. Okay, that's good. It's always good to read some things that give you some insight about yourself. Okay. I think I caught up with everything now. Oh, Yvette's got a deep question for me. Can you tell me what you think about the meaning of life and growing up? Ooh, okay. Well, the quote that I love about the meaning of life is the purpose of life is to give life meaning. So what is the meaning of life? To give life meaning. So I like that because sometimes we say, well, what does life mean? It doesn't mean anything. Nothing matters. Nothing matters because you're not doing anything. Go do something and maybe something might matter, right? So the purpose of life, what's the point? The meaning of life is to give life meaning. Go give life meaning, right? That's one. Growing up is about truthfully looking at yourself and trying to become a better you, right? You can't be a better anyone else. You can only be a better you. So growing up is about being honest. And there are many, many adults who are not actually grown up because they weren't honest about things. So they can't admit that they have problems. If you can't admit you have a problem, then you are a child. Children do that. Adults, part of being an adult is admitting you have a problem. Everyone does. Everybody has something about them that's not as functional as it could be. So growing up is about learning from your mistakes. It's about learning from your successes, and it's about learning. That's really the most important part. Your professor didn't know what it's about. If your professor doesn't know what it's about, then no, don't worry about what your professor thought. If he or she is a man or a woman of any age, then they should know that life is fraught with emotions, and sometimes you have a little breakdown or you lose control of them, and that's just part of being a human being. I have more concern for someone who never loses control of their emotions than someone who does lose control. Okay? If you never lose control of your emotions, then I wonder if you have any. So, you know, you felt ashamed after crying. Well, don't. Don't. Crying is a form of courage. Crying is a form of courage. I know that sounds funny, but it's true. It takes courage to show pain. It takes courage to show that you are upset, that something is emotionally disturbing you. Any tips for classroom management? Soba, well, that depends on what age. What age are you teaching? You're confused in your life, USA Cat says, about what? All right, let's talk to May. May, do you want to come talk to me? No? Let's try one more time. May, come on. Come talk to me. No? How about Muhammad? Hello, Muhammad.
Hello, my friend.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
I'm pretty good. So what can I do for you today, Muhammad?
What is the topic of this?
English. Just English. If you have questions about English, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, reading, writing, listening, speaking, confidence, anything about English is the topic today.
I look for you about one week because we have one England English guy in my work, engineer, and he's from UK and speak English good. And he said to me, "Your English is good also."
Okay.
For that, I wanted to enter live with you to thank you because you get me better in English, my friend. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad. Congratulations. Good for you. Yeah, keep working on it.
But you seem have sore throat.
This morning it's just cold. It's cold out, I think. It's morning, it's cold. It's really cold here. Right now it's -9°C. It's very cold.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah,
oh.
yeah. So I think it's just morning, and I think it's just cold out, and yeah. So I'm okay. Don't worry.
Drink something hot.
I know.
Gengar.
That's part of the problem is I'm drinking it. I love iced coffee. Iced coffee is what I drink. So I'm drinking something cold. I'm sure it's not helping. Yeah, but I love iced coffee. I can't help it.
You need to get Gengar there is here in Saudi Arabia just medicine but natural. Yeah, like I herb is Gengar
Ginger.
with honey.
Ginger and honey.
Ginger.
Yeah, ginger. Yeah, that's exactly what I drink. I
With
drink
honey,
with lemon.
wait. You use lemon.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, that's exactly what I do. Ginger and honey and lemon. Every time I'm sick, ginger, honey, and lemon. That's what I do too. Yeah. Hot water with ginger, honey, and lemon. That's what I do. Yep.
Yeah, if you mix this three and you take 1 time, 2 times per day is very very good to.
Yeah, I will probably drink that after my stream today. I know.
Not iced coffee, يعني not iced coffee.
I know. I'll drink that later today after my stream. I'm sure I'll drink some of that later today. So, yeah. But thank you for the tip. Yeah, it's funny. See, look, those are the fun things I like to learn. He drinks the same thing that I drink when he's sick. You know, we both drink the same thing. Ginger, hot water with ginger, honey, and lemon, And I'm sure there are people all over the world who do that. That's what's cool is when you see, look at that. The guy in Egypt drinks the same thing I do when I'm sick. Yeah.
Yeah, but I notice from about 1 month or 2 months you have also sick. Is this regular for you to get cold?
No, I don't think so. No. Maybe it's just because I've been talking a lot more recently. So my throat might be more.
Maybe.
Yeah, could be. Because I do a lot more streams now, 10 streams a week and private lessons too. So it could be that. Yeah. And it's just winter. It's winter. It's cold. In another month, it'll be spring and things will be warm and I'll have the windows open and it'll feel comfortable. And yeah, so I'm sure I'll be fine. But don't worry.
But you must take care with yourself because this is يعني repeated for you. You need
That's
to
true.
increase your impedance, your مناعة. What is the meaning of مناعة in English? Your يعني fighting is the microbe. What is the naming of English? Fight bacteria, fighting
Fighting the
virus.
bacteria, fighting viruses. Yeah, right. Your immune system.
System. What's the name? مناعة.
Immune.
Immune, yeah, immune system, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Immune system, yeah. You need to increase your immune system, Mark.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, you're right. I do. Yeah. But I'm okay. Don't worry. It's just morning and it's just winter. And yeah, I'm not a morning person. So,
Yeah.
but the coffee, the iced coffee doesn't help. But I love iced coffee. I'm an iced coffee fool. So, well, Mohammed, unless you have a question, I'm going to let you go and talk to somebody else. Look, he's drinking. What are you drinking? Is that coffee?
Coffee also.
Oh yeah. Okay, straight black coffee. Okay, all right. All right, good for you. But it's a little late for you to be drinking coffee, isn't it? What time is it there?
But this hot.
It's afternoon, right?
Yeah, 5 o'clock in Saudi Arabia.
5 o'clock. Okay.
5 and,
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, Mohammed, do you have a question for me, or should I move on?
Yeah. Last time I meet you in voice room, Mr. Mark, you advised me to thinking in English to improve my English and get better for speaking, for listening. I am electrical engineer and need English to deal with my company and my friends. And I try to thinking in English for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, but after that I forget. Don't thinking with English.
Well, that's why I tell everybody that you should make English should be part of your daily routines. So if you wake up in the morning and you take a shower, try to make that every day some of that time, not the whole time. Maybe you're in the bathroom for 15 or 20 minutes to get ready. You wash your face, you brush your teeth, you take a shower. Okay, so for 5 minutes, think in English when you're doing that. And then breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When you're eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or making breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then that's English time, right? Because you do it every day. So find things that you do every day and try to make those English things. Then you will have a consistent way to practice English. You won't forget. Okay?
يعني
Anything you do regularly.
make it يعني make it like a habit for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Yeah, make it a habit by using your habits. Yeah, whatever habits you do, make those English habits now, okay?
yeah. You read the Atomic Habits book
I
for
haven't.
American writer.
No, I haven't read that one. No. Is it good?
Atomic Habits. Yeah, it's speak about how to change your habits.
Okay.
By change small things in the day.
Right.
Like you explain.
That's
yeah,
right.
Like you explain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, start with small things, just a little bit. Yeah. That's,
Yeah, a
you know,
little bit.
I'll tell you what the secret of that is. If you kids don't like to clean their room, right? When your mom says, hey, go clean your bedroom. No, every kid, no, I don't want to clean my bedroom. And I wish someone would have told me that, okay, look, if you can't clean the whole house, then just clean one room. If you can't clean one room, then just clean part of the room. If you can't clean all of the room, then just clean one shelf. If you can't clean one shelf, then just clean one corner of the shelf. Start with something. Just do something. That's the point, is just go do something and get started. Yeah.
Started for little, but you see
That's
in
right.
this book, يعني maybe this help you determine a specific time and a specific place to practice your habit, to start your habit, to continue, and it is still a consistent habit for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why routines are great for language, right? Like I said, things like when you get ready, or when you brush your teeth, or when you eat food, or when you cook, or when you go to the market. You do those things regularly. So anything you do regularly, then you should try to make that English time, as much as you can. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the
it's
secret.
Very good advice.
Yeah.
Thank you, my teacher, and
You're
I
welcome.
am very happy, and I hope you will be, inshallah, good.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll be fine. Don't worry. Well, thank you, Mohammed, and congratulations again to you for your compliment at work. That's good. I'm glad that that worked out for you. They can count on you for your English. That's good. Okay?
Good. Yeah, it's you are يعني you are make me better يعني. I am thank you يعني.
Oh, you made you better, not me. You just liked my ideas, and I'm glad you liked my ideas, but you did it. So keep working on it, okay, Mohammed?
Yeah, but your spelling and your accent is easy to understand, Mark. يعني. This is a point I love to listen to you, and I love to take your live, and I search for you in a lot of places, YouTube or Hello Talk. This accent is easy to understand, but another people not like you. Yani. What is the reason? Yani?
This is my job. It's my job, Mohammed. I'm a teacher, and I've been teaching for a long time, more than 30 years. So one reason, it's my job. And I try to speak clearly, and I try to use simple language that's effective language and colorful language. And I try not to speak too quickly, right? And I use great equipment so everything sounds as good as it possibly can. So that's part of the reason why, part of the reason why is because I put more effort into sounding good. So there are many people most people when they speak, they don't think about their words. They don't think about their language. They're not careful. Language is something that we take for granted because we use it every day. So we're not very careful about it. We don't think about it very much. But if you do, then you sound much better. So that's the problem, is when you go to YouTube, you find lots of people who speak, but they are not careful with their words because they're not thinking about their words. It's just not something they consider, right? Language is not something that they're thinking about. They're thinking about the topic, not about the language, right? But as a teacher, as an English teacher especially, you have to think about both the topic and the language that you use, right? So that's why.
Can you advise me for a topic to development myself in YouTube? Someone speak like you, but in development myself in English.
There's a guy that does he does IELTS test stuff. There are two IELTS websites on YouTube that are good. One is called IELTS Advantage, and the other one is called IELTS Simon. Simon is his name, Simon. Simon. So
can you write in comments, please?
So, well, let me do this for you. Actually, it's much easier. Let me show you. Look, on my website, if you go here to resources, go to IELTS TOEFL, and here is IELTS Advantage, the YouTube site.
I know.
Okay, so there.
I don't speak about I don't speak about learning English. I speak about self-development. Yeah, get the point.
For self-development, I don't know if I have any real tips for you about that. But this is one that's good for the IELTS Advantage. And then again, if you go back to my page here, there's also this, where is it? IELTS Simon on YouTube, right? Who again, he has great videos. Yeah. So again, if you go to my website, you see all of this. Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Your website, a friend in every.
A friend in every corner English coaching. It's AFIEC. I'm going to put it right here. It's right here. That's my website. Okay. If you go to my website, everything is right there on my website. Okay. And just click on the resources, and then look, you'll see all of these. Just click the one you want. If you want to work on your pronunciation, click on pronunciation. If you want to work on your reading, click on reading. Okay. Grammar. Right there, Games to Learn English, BBC English Grammar, Dave's ESL Grammar, Hello English Grammar, Wise on English Grammar. There's a lot of tools here for you, okay? Each one of these opens up to a new thing, okay? So, yeah, so all of that is there. That's what I can recommend to you. Then maybe TED Talks. Maybe TED Talks for things like that. There might be some self-help video kind of things on TED Talks. I like TED Talks because TED Talks are about ideas, new ideas, right? So they are good for making you think about things differently, and you can choose many different topics. Okay.
Yeah, I listen to TED Talks, but some people speak rapidly.
Okay.
Not like you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if it's on YouTube, you can slow it down too.
Oh.
Yeah, there is a little way that you can slow it down just a little bit. So slow their voice down just a little bit. It should still sound natural when you do it. Now they have a way where you can slow the voice down, but the tone of their voice should still be normal, right? A long time ago when I was a boy, if you slow down the sound, then the sound of the voice turns like this, right? Yeah, you can't understand anything. But now they have a new technology, so now when you slow it down, the speech gets slower, but the pitch stays the same. So you can just slow it down and hear everything more clearly. Okay.
This is the good tips. You act before you work as actor before, Mark?
No, I've never worked as an actor before. I did study a little bit when I was a kid. I took a class in acting when I went to an art school. And teaching is like acting. It's a performance. You know, it's a performance. The best teachers are like actors. They're exciting to watch. You want to go watch them, you know? Yeah.
I discover you have one more talent, Mark.
What's that?
You can be actor.
Oh, well, maybe. Maybe one day. We'll see. We'll see. Well, thank you for that, Mohammed. All right. Well, thanks for the compliments. Thanks for the questions. Come and see me again sometime. Okay, Mohammed? Take care.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. All right. Yeah, I love TED Talks. I think those are great, you know. And again, you know, the other place that I go, some people might not like this, but I like npr.org. If you go to NPR and you click on their podcasts, they have lots of podcasts that have really great material for growth, right? So they have podcasts about science, and they have podcasts about history, and they have podcasts about culture and music and art and travel, and they have podcasts about you know, concepts and ideas and discussions of problems and all kinds of things like that. So I like that one, and I often listen to it during the day. Yeah, npr.org. If you go there, they have articles too, but click on the podcasts thing and just search through and just listen to a few of them. If you like radio, if you guys still use radio, I still use radio sometimes. And if you go to 91.7, you know what? I'm going to add this to my website. I just realized I'm going to add this to my website later. 91.7 WVXU. This is the local radio station in my city. Let me pull that up here. So, I'm going to add this to my website later. So, yeah, if you go here to this, then you can just click on, let's see here. This is, so right now, what do they have now? They have the BBC News Hour, right? So this, on this radio station, they have the BBC News Hour, and let's see what's next. Does it have a schedule? Where's the schedule? Program schedule, right? So here's the schedule for what I'm, you know, listening to throughout the day. This BBC World is like news, right? These are all like news type things here. But then later, they have Fresh Air. That's a good one. I really like that one. Fresh Air is a good podcast. Here and Now is a pretty good one also. Today Explained, All Things Considered. This little group here between 1 and 5:30 or whatever it is, 6:30, those are very good, okay? Code Switch, that's a good one too. The 90-Second Naturalist, that's a good one. So anyway, that's just on this 91.7, that's all NPR stuff, right? But if you actually go to NPR also, you can go to podcasts and shows, and here they have lots of them, right? Culture and entertainment, music, right? The deep dives, learn something. So learn something new. Planet Money, and let's see, the TED Radio Hour, right? Things about the body and how the body is changing, or what we know about the body. Tools to help you get your life together, Life Kit, right? So those are on this one. Anyway, these are good, I think, for your general improvement as a human being. Okay? Yes, npr.org. And then just look for podcasts in the menu. Okay? NPR is National Public Radio. And yes, my website is free. Yes. Okay? And Podbean, my podcast is on Podbean. yeah, so you can also find my podcast on Podbean. Podbean is good. Yeah, and you can find my podcast on Podbean. That's how good it is. How do you set up a conference room like me? What do you mean, Naimi? Do you mean a live stream? To do a live stream, you just need to turn on the live stream thing and set it up. Yeah, there's always too many messages to read, Carlos. Hello, Carlos. How are you? All right. Hello, Belen. Okay, let's see. So, May May, I think, figured out her microphone now. Let's talk to May. Hello, May.
Hi.
How are you?
Sorry. I'm good. Because my setting for Hello Talk has some problem. So
Yeah, that's okay.
sorry.
That's
And
okay.
I want to practice my English
Okay.
here. So I joined the BIP the day before tomorrow. Before yesterday.
Ah, the
Yeah.
day before yesterday. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because from tomorrow, I will start my job in my new team.
Okay.
At my new team, I need to use English to work.
Okay.
So my English is very poor. So I'm afraid that I can't handle.
So,
Yes.
why do you think your English is poor?
My vocabulary is poor and my speaking also poor.
Okay.
But I think my listening is good than my speaking.
Your listening is better than your speaking. Okay.
Better.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's good. So that you have listening. That's good. All right. Well, then you need to start working on your English more, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you have a study plan for English?
I joined online lessons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a teacher.
But online lessons, I'm studying from
Self-study.
teacher.
自己的.
Yes, it's like online lessons.
Online course.
So I teach online course.
Okay. Okay.
So my teacher has have many students.
Okay.
I'm one of them.
Okay.
Just see online course.
Okay. All right. That's
Yeah.
good. All right. So what's the problem? So if you're working with a teacher, then you should be doing well. You should be doing well.
I didn't working as a teacher. I just working as a agent.
No.
for-
I mean, 如果你有一个老师，我觉得你可以。 Yeah. 没关系，没关系。
Oh, your Chinese is very good.
So if you have a teacher, then you should be doing better, you know?
Yeah.
So, but May, the secret of
Yeah.
language is thinking. Okay. So you need to
Yeah.
do more thinking practice in English. Okay. Every day you need
Yeah.
to think things in English. If you make language in your mind comfortable, then it will be comfortable when you speak also. So you can do two things. One, you can work on building your grammar and your vocabulary. Work on those, right? Maybe you have a grammar book.
Yeah.
Okay, practice with the course, practice grammar. and work on your pronunciation, work on your vocabulary to build new words, right? But also, every day you need to use more thinking time in English, okay? If you want to speak English, nothing is stopping you. So, for example, May, when you read, do you say all the words out loud or do you do it in your mind? You do it in your mind, right? When you read. It's the same thing is true with speaking. When you think words in your mind, it's just like reading, but without the words, right? You're just thinking it in your mind, right? So spend more time using English in your mind every day. Okay? So next time you have to go to the store, try to go to the store and think about it in English. Okay?
Okay.
So
I think.
go ahead.
I think I'm a little bit lazy to think of in English because it's difficult for me.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, it is. You're right. But that's why you need to start with simple things.
Yeah.
Okay? So 如果你肚子饿，你需要想 I'm hungry. Okay, 如果你很累，
You're right.
你需要想 I'm tired. Okay? That's all. Just change what you think to English. All the simple things. You know?
Okay.
我喜欢这个，我不喜欢这个. I like this, I don't like that. Simple.
Okay.
That's easy. You can do that. So, many difficult things you cannot do. You can't think it in English yet. But
Yeah.
forget about the difficult things. Try to do all the things down here. All the easy things, like, oh, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm happy, I'm sad. I like this, I don't like this. I need this, I don't need this. I want this, I don't want that. Right? Or just simple, 这个叫什么？这个叫什么？这个叫什么？ Right? Just like, what's that called? What's that called? What's that called? Right? Just do simple things like that every day. And that one will also build your vocabulary a lot. Right? If you just walk around and just look and say, what's that called? Oh, okay, I'll write it down. Okay? I have to do that with Chinese still, right? Many things. I look around and I say, oh, I don't know how to say that. What is that thing? I don't know how to say that. 这个叫什么？中文, you know? So you need to also do that, right? So,
I also do.
go ahead.
I also do this because I live in Japan. I work in Japan. So.
Okay.
When I learn Japanese,
You
I
have to do it with
also that.
Japanese, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so just do
yeah,
it with English
but,
also.
But
Yeah.
I think English is more difficult than Japanese.
Okay, interesting. Well, May, you can't, there's no helping a lazy runner. They're just going to
Yeah.
lose the race, right? So,
Yeah.
so you can't be lazy. If you want to win a race, you can't be lazy. That's just not possible, right? So
Yeah.
that's what you guys need to remember is if you say, well, I have trouble because I'm lazy, well, then you're not trying to win the race. You're not trying to win the race, you know?
Yeah. I think I do more listening, like YouTube channel, podcast. But I don't think about things in English
Yeah.
and don't speak it.
Yeah.
Have no opportunity to speak more.
Okay.
Until the day before tomorrow.
Right. But
Yeah.
like I said, 你不需要，如果你可以想的，你不需要说的。Okay? You don't need a person to talk to. You just need to think. That's it. Okay?
Okay.
So
I got it.
every day, just try to think in English a little bit. When you watch TV, try to think in English a little bit. When you eat dinner, try to think in English. When you go to the market, try to think in English. You don't have to do the whole time. Not the whole time. No, just 一点点. Okay? 一分钟. Yeah. 一分钟这里，一分钟那里. Okay? So 都可以吗？都可以啊. Yeah. Okay? So you just have to, and look, you can see the words are there for me. When I want to speak Chinese, I don't need to think about it too much. I just pull the words out and boom, I can say them, right? That's because I spend time thinking about them. If you spend time thinking, then you'll be comfortable with using them, okay? So start with simple thinking. Don't think difficult things, just simple things. Do all those.
Okay.
That's not hard. That's easy. Okay?
I wanna try it.
You can do it. Yeah. And remember, make it part of your daily routines, right? So, like when you wake up and get ready in the morning, try to use that time a little bit for English. When you make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, try to make that a little bit for English. If you go out to eat, try to make that a little bit English time. If you watch TV at night or watch the news, try to make that a little bit of English time. If you go to the park every weekend, try to make that a little bit English time. Okay? Just 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10 minutes. Okay?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jiao. Okay. Okay, May.
Okay,
Good
thank
luck to you. I'll see you next time, okay?
Hi. See you next time.
Okay, bye-bye. And I had a question way back here that I want to get to. Lupita, I hope you're still here, Lupita. I'm sorry I didn't answer your question. You said you took an English class. You felt you improved a lot, but it's been 6 months since you finished them, and now you feel your progress has stopped. Okay, so Lupita, you took a class 6 months ago. That's good. But after you stopped the class, you should have continued to self-study. Right? So life should be a process of taking a class with a group, with a teacher, and then a time period where you self-study. And then maybe you have another teacher and another class, and then another time period of self-study. That's how learning should be. Right? So what are you doing to learn, Lupita? If you're not making progress, then part of the reason is because you're not pushing yourself enough, right? So do you have a plan for what you can do to work on your grammar and your reading and your writing and your listening and your speaking and your thinking and your, pronunciation and your accent, right? Do you have plans to how can I improve these things? Do you have resources? Do you have materials? Things like that? Okay? And then, Lupita, I would also say the same advice that I just gave. You need to make sure you spend time thinking in the language, right? So every day, whatever you're doing, try to find a minute when you can use English just to say something in your mind. Oh, I like that. That's a pretty color of red. Or what's that smell? That smells good. Is that fried chicken? Where is that coming from, right? Think something in English. Just try to think something in English, okay? Oh, okay. Yes, make the language comfortable in your mind. That's exactly right. If the language is comfortable in your mind, it will be comfortable in your mouth. Okay? And again, if you go to my website, you can find a lot of links to study, and you can also find my YouTube channel, which is right here. And I have lots of videos where I answer questions about English, and I talk about thinking in English all the time. I talk about it every stream, I'm sure. All right. That's right, May. Thank you so much for writing that out there for him. Thank you. Can I give you an example of thinking in English? Okay, sure. Start with baby English. Babies think about how they feel. I'm tired, I'm happy, I'm hungry, I'm sad, I'm hot, I'm cold. That's easy. So do it in English every time from now on, the rest of your life. Every time you're hot, think I'm hot in English. The rest of your life, every time you're hungry, think I'm hungry in English. Start with that. Okay? When you like something, think it in English. I like this soup. It's yummy. I don't like that movie. It wasn't funny. That's easy. So do it. Okay? Simple things. How can you start a plan? Well, May, I teach that there are 8 parts of language: reading, writing, listening, speaking, thinking, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. 8. If you consider each of the 8 areas, how am I going to practice my reading? Do you have resources? Resources is important. Do you have books? Do you have websites? Do you have teachers? Do you have friends? Do you have family? Do you have podcasts? Do you have live streams? What do you have for reading? What resources do you have for writing? What resources do you have for listening? Right? You need resources, right? Books or apps or something, right? Once you have resources for that subject, now you can sit down and think, which one is the one I most need help with? Right? So what's my weakness? If your weakness is reading, then that's what you should focus on, is reading. If your weakness is writing, then that's what you should focus on, is writing. And then you should create a plan that works on all 8 areas a little bit, but focus on your weaknesses mostly. Okay? Can you use a little translation when you teach kids who are EFL? So there are varying thoughts on this, Soba. I do. You know, when I taught English in Taiwan, they tell you never, ever to speak Chinese. They tell you only use English. Always only use English. I ignored that rule, and occasionally, if I could explain something in Chinese, I would. Okay? And I think it helps. There are some times when it's just easier to make that connection with someone if you explain it to them in their language. Now, I will always do both, right? I will never only teach in their native language. I will always use both. So I use mostly English, but then I might follow it up with something in Chinese if I think it helps them understand better. Okay? But I will tell you, most bosses will tell you don't. And many teaching professionals will say it's better to use only English to have an immersive environment. I just disagree a little bit. Your writing is okay, but when you try to speak, you get confused. Okay, well, Linda, then maybe you need to practice thinking more, again, to work out your language in your mind first, right? And go to my website, Linda, and then you'll find some resources for practicing common phrases, right? Go to the speaking module on my website, the speaking menu. Click on that, and you'll see a bunch of things. There are some websites there that have common phrases that you can practice that will help you to prepare yourself more for conversation, okay? How can you remember new vocabulary? Spend more time with your vocabulary. Don't be boring with your vocabulary, right? So if I come to Vietnam to visit you, but all we do is sit in your apartment all day staring at the wall, I'm going to be bored. I'm not going to have a good time. I'm not going to remember what we do because it's boring. But if I come to Vietnam and you take me out to lunch and we have some delicious pho and banh mi, right, and some Vietnamese coffee, and we talk about many things, I'm interested now. I'm going to remember. So, if you make your learning process one that is interesting and one that means you're spending time, quality time with those words, then you will remember them. So, when you just memorize words, that's not quality time. That's like I came to visit you and we sat in your apartment and stared at the wall. It's boring. when you look at a piece of paper and you just say the word over and over again, you know, Constitution, 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 please remember, Constitution. That's the worst way. That's why you don't remember. It's just like you locked me in your apartment and we're staring at the wall. It's boring. I don't want to be there and you don't want to be there either. Go do something interesting with the words. Find out where they're from. Use them playfully. Right? Use the words playfully. Be curious about where they're from. What are they used for? How do they sound? Be curious about them, and then you'll find ways to remember them. Okay? Okay, and I will get somebody else on stage. Just be patient. Which practice is very important, listening or talking? Both are very important, but listening is the start of language. So I do think listening takes precedence over speaking. If you want to speak well, you should listen first. If you want to play music well, you should listen first. You can play music without listening to anyone, but if you've heard great models, then you have a better idea of how to make great music. If you've never heard any great models, then you don't have a good idea of how to make great music, right? The same thing is true with talking, okay? Do I advise you to use translation or not when I learn new words? Well, I think you have to. In the beginning, I think that for many words, you need to in the beginning, right? As your vocabulary builds, then no, you should try to use English as much as possible all the time if you can. Okay? All right, let's talk to Nahal Muhammad. Nahal, do you want to come talk to me on stage about your students? Hello.
How's it going?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
What about you?
Good. So you said you have trouble with your students and their negative attitudes with their English level.
Yes,
Can you tell me
exactly.
more about that?
Okay, for example, I had a session today with my students. Okay. Most of the time, the only thing that he cares about it just memorizing advanced words.
Okay.
Okay. But when it comes to apply these words in the reality, something horrible for him. He cannot remember them easily. And at the same time, he has a lot of grammatical mistakes and pronunciation mistakes as well.
Well,
And on top of that, he's a serious person.
he's a
He spends
serious
a lot
person.
of time. Yes, he spends a lot of time to learn English.
Okay. Well,
That's
that's good.
why-
How old is he?
I think
About
37.
okay, so it's not a kid. Okay, I thought we were talking about a kid. All right, so he's 37. All right, well then that means you should be able to talk to him like an adult, and you should say look, this is great that you have this seriousness about your learning, but you need to find ways to make your learning more practical, right? So if you learn a bunch of advanced words, but you have no way to use them,
Yes.
what's the point? Right? So you need to
Trying to
use.
create specific situations for him to mention these words, but the second session when I try to open up with him about anything, I find him that he forgot these words.
Okay. Can you give me an example of some of these words? Can you give me just one or two of the words that he's learning, just to give me an idea what level?
Okay, his intermediate, by the way.
Okay. So can you give me just one or two words that he's trying to use that he can't use?
for example, today we were speaking about describing personalities. Okay, so one of the words that we have discussed, determined.
Determined. Okay, that's a good one. All right. So how did you practice that word? What did you ask him to do?
Okay, so the first thing that I sent him specific photos about this topic. Okay, and I asked him that just to try to describe these photos as much as you can. Okay, so like to make sure that how many information that he has about this topic.
Okay. So what I would say is when you learn a new word, you need to find a way to use it artistically.
Yes.
So it's like painting, right? So you need to give him the right picture to paint to use that word, right? So if you're using the word determined, I want you to give him an example of something determined and then ask him to use that in a sentence. So, for example, the little boy was determined to get a better grade in school, right? Or the little girl was determined to climb the stairs. Or the man was determined to make enough money to buy a new house. So what you need to do is say, those are examples of the sentences, but I want you to actually just don't give him the sentence. I want you to just give him the situation, right? So a man who needs to buy a house, that's what you say to him. So you need to write down a situation without the use of the word. And now you've given him a picture, and all he has to do is write the sentence to draw the picture. Okay? And that will help him. So what the problem is that you're giving him a word, but you're not prompting him with anything that will help him understand how to use it. But if you give him situations that this word applies to, then that will help. And there was a website on, let me check, where was that? Let me think, hold on. There's a website on my website. Let me find it here that I think will be good for you, for him. Let me find it.
The only issue, Mark, okay, that maybe like he can understand all of these things, okay, within the session. And he's going to like to use these words.
Okay.
But the most issue for me and for him that the next session or his attitude, he's not going to use or he's not going to implement all of these words in their reality.
So how often do you study, or does he study with you?
Yes.
How often? Once a week? Once every day? What?
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay. And each time he can't use them.
1 hour.
1 hour each time. Okay. All right. Well, then have you asked him about how he practices?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So what does he do?
He told me that because he's like he works 9 hours per day,
so he doesn't have time. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. Right. So this is part of the problem when you're teaching adults is you have to find creative ways to encourage them to continue learning or practicing. But you can't use the old ways that we did when we were kids. You can't tell him, well, you need to study for 1 hour every night. You know, like you can't do that because he doesn't have 1 hour. He's got work, he's got family, he's got, whatever. So there's no time. So
the only issue that they like, especially with adults, they have like outdated thoughts. It's not easy at all to change their mindset.
Well, sure, that's true. It can be. That's why we say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, but again, it's about inspiring them.
Yes.
Inspiration affects every age, right? So it sounds like you're doing well with him, but I think you just need to give him a few more options of ways that he can practice. So let me see. Is it this one? I'm still looking for. There was a website on my website, and I can't remember where it is now. It might be in speaking. That's what it is. And it is common phrases or common things that you can say. Is it this one? Let's see. I'm going to share my screen and let you see. Okay, yeah, like this one's good. Let me take and show you this one. So this is on talkenglish.com, which is on my website. So you can go here. This is English Speaking Basics 1, right? But they have 1, 2, and 3, right? And you can click on any one of these, like I've decided to. Now click on it, and now look at all the ways they tell you how you can use it. I've decided to accept the job. I've decided to complete my degree. This is what I mean. Like, he needs to have a picture that he knows how to use these words, right? These are situations that now he can say, oh, I get it now. Determined or decided, right? Well, you said determined was the word you were looking for. So let's look to see, do they have determined here? I'm determined to, oh, no, that's too basic maybe, but that's okay. But again, you can look and see how many they've got here. I was about to, blah, blah, blah. And they give you a bunch of situations where you can use I was about to, right? So when you're using words, try to, after you give him the word to learn, give him a phrase that uses that. So I was determined to, or the little boy was determined to, blah, 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 blah. And now he has to fill in the rest of the sentence. And if he knows the meaning of the word, then he'll be able to fill in the sentence properly.
I've been doing the same, by the way.
Okay.
Sometime, like, after explaining something and after making sure that he got all of these things, I try, like, to give him, like, specific minutes to create a short story using these words.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
To make sure that he got
Yeah.
all the ideas.
Understanding. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. So I think maybe, Nahal, I think you could use my website. And again, let me show you where that was one more time. If you go to my website, here is the main page. This is what my website looks on the main page. Okay. And then go to resources up here in this corner. Okay.
Yes.
And then go to speaking. Yeah, and then here, this is both of these websites are conversation questions. These are questions about a lot of topics. So like, look at this one. These are all topics of conversation. So you can click on.
It's all discussion.
Yeah, right. So like, look at all the questions that you can use here, right? So these are just common questions that you can use for practice. But the one I wanted to show you was this one here, Talk English Speaking Lessons. Oh, no, sorry. Here, this one, Talk English Speaking Lessons, okay? And on this one, when you go to it, you can click on Basic English Speaking here. Then it goes to here, and you have these three, right? And this is where you can choose this, and now you can say, oh, look at all these. Try to use these with, so it's my turn to blah, blah, blah. This might be a better source of vocabulary for him. These are very useful. And you're not learning one word, you're learning phrases of sentences that are useful, right? So this might be better for him. And because it's more useful and practical, he might be more interested in it. Okay? So everybody, the website is this one. Go to afiecenglish.com and then go to the top of the page and see resources. Okay? So up here, resources. And you also can find my live stream schedule here too. If you click on schedule, then you can see when am I on Hello Talk and what am I doing. Right? And it's all my streams and voice rooms right there. My classes. Okay? And of course, you can also book private lessons with me too. So go to my website and check out the resources page. reading, writing, listening, speaking, IELTS and TOEFL preparation, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, all of the things you need to study are right here.
I'm going to go over all of these things.
Yeah, so you're a teacher. You'll find a lot of this useful for you for teaching too. You know, it'll be good for your own English, but also you'll find lots of great resources for your students to practice. Okay?
I couldn't agree with you anymore.
I'm sorry?
I couldn't agree with you.
Oh, okay, great. I'm glad. Good. I just finished this last week. This brand new, this website. This part of the website has only been up for 1 week. So, yeah, go check it out. It's very useful.
By the way, like you are a reliable person for me, really. So I'm going to implement all of your advices.
Thank you.
As soon as
I'm glad. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So, Nihal, thank you so much for coming, and good luck to you with your student. You know, have you been a teacher very long?
No.
Okay.
I've been working in this school for just 1 year.
So, teaching takes practice too.
Yes,
You
I
know, I started teaching when I was 18. That's a long time ago. All right. That was 1994. So that's a long time ago, right? And I when I started, I was a passionate teacher, but I didn't know anything yet. But the more you do it, the more you learn. You learn about how your students learn, and you learn techniques that work better and worse, and what, you know, so you improve. You just have to keep doing it, right? So this is just part of the process.
The more that I spend the quality time with my students, the more that I gain more experience.
That's right. Teaching is one of those things that, to be honest, if you go to school to become a teacher, they will teach you many ideas and concepts and techniques and philosophy and psychology, and that's all useful. But the truth is, a teacher must teach to learn how to teach. You have to do it in order to be good at it. You can't just learn it from a book. Yeah.
Okay, so I have just something.
Okay.
Okay, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, so if you're going to admonish me to implement or to apply specific things related to my English level, what should I do?
Well, you sound great to me. I think you sound really good. So, how often do you watch my live streams?
Whenever I open this app.
Okay, good. All right, good. And go to my YouTube and watch the YouTube videos, and go check out my resources on my website. Everything you need to improve is right there. Okay, you are exactly the kind of person that my advice is best for. Okay, because you can speak pretty well. But if you take the ideas that I have, then your language will improve greatly. You'll feel confident finally. Okay, so just keep doing what you're doing. Remember what I say. Work on your weaknesses. Find ways to think in English. Make learning a lifestyle. Okay, if you make learning a lifestyle, then you'll always be improving. Okay.
Okay.
But you're
I have
doing
something
really
else.
well. I think that your pronunciation is great. Your grammar sounds good. Your accent is not strong at all. You know, I can hear a slight accent, but nothing that's a problem at all. Okay? So, in general, I think you sound great.
Okay. I have something else.
Okay.
Sometimes I find myself that I'm diving in my thoughts. Okay. And also, like, I'm in a new phase in my life. Sometimes I cannot control my time at all, and these things is out of my hand. And after this, I feel ashamed about myself.
So you mean like procrastination?
Procrastination, yes, exactly.
That's normal.
Procrastination because I'm not afraid. No, like procrastination because really I have a lot of things on my plate.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I understand. Believe me. To be honest with you, I think that that's kind of part of being an adult. That, you know, It's called plate spinning. So you have one plate over here spinning on this finger, and you have another plate over here spinning on this finger, and you've got another one on this one, and you've got another one on your leg, and you're spinning a lot of plates. And that's hard. But that is part of life, is how can I spin plates? But you also have to find balance too, you know? So what I would say is you need to find creative ways to make learning part of your lifestyle, part of your daily life, so that you can keep improving, right? So lots of people don't have time to really, really focus, but it's about your mindset that matters most, in my opinion. If you have the right mindset that you're going to continue to try little by little, right? What do we say? The slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So just find a little time here and there all the time. Just like a bird eats. You need to study the way a bird eats all the time. Birds are eating all day long, all night long. They're just like eating a little bit here and there and a little, and then they fly and then they eat a little more. That's how you need to make learning. Okay? Like eating like a bird eats, just a little bit all the time. Like that's a lifestyle. Okay?
So I know that I'm pretty sure that I have to make it like something habitual.
Yeah, you do. That's why I always talk about routines, right? So make thinking in English part of your, when you wake up in the morning and brush your teeth and get ready, and when you make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or go eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When you watch TV, if you watch TV at night or watch the news, then make that English time. Find parts of your day that are already routine and make those English. That way you now have an English routine. Okay?
Yes, I got it.
Yeah. But you're doing better than you think, and you need to remember that another important part of language is that language is a performance, which means confidence is really important. So if you don't believe in yourself, then you can't speak as well as you want to.
No, the only thing that I'm really sure about it that I can't do anything that I want to do it, and I cannot give up at all.
Good for you. That's good. That's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. I'm pretty sure that every cloud has a silver lining.
Okay. Good. Then you have the right attitude, right? Make learning playful.
Exactly.
That's really the secret. That's why kids learn better than we do, only because they're curious and we're not anymore. The older you get, the less curious you get, and that's sad. That's so sad, you know? There's magic in that curiosity. When children see something for the first time and they have so many questions, just think about how sad it is when we see things for the first time and we have no questions anymore. You know, it's terrible. Have questions. But that's one of the beautiful things about learning a new language is it's almost like being a kid again, that you have to explore things again in a new way. Right? Yeah.
I think like no one can be perfect.
Of course not.
I'm not seeing perfection as a model.
Yeah, perfection doesn't exist. Yeah. It's like being a musician. Every musician, no matter how good you are, you wake up and you try to keep being better, right? You're never finished. You're just working on it every day. Be musical. That's what I tell people. Be musical with your language. You don't have to be perfect.
I'm
Be
trying
musical.
to be at home for as much as I can.
Good. Yeah. Good. Very good. All right, Nahal, I'm going to let you go. But again, I think you're doing really well. Just keep working on it, okay?
Okay, my pleasure.
Yeah, keep coming back and if you have another question, come back and ask me again sometime, okay?
Sure.
All right. And and remember, that's what I also say about teachers too. Sometimes people get nervous when they teach because they think, oh, I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. Teachers are not gods. Teachers are guides. So you don't need to know everything. You just need to know more than they do. Okay.
I consider myself that I'm a tour guide for my students.
Okay, good. That's exactly what you should be. You're a tour guide of knowledge. That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good luck to you, Nahal. And it was wonderful to talk to you. Come back and see me again, okay?
Same here.
Okay.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Yes, Beatrice. Curioso. That's right. Curioso. To be curious. Be curious. Okay, did I miss any comments or questions? Let's see. Yes, my website is right here. If you wanted it one more time, there's my website. I'm also a life coach. Well, you know, Jan, I've never met a great teacher who's not. You know? Right? Think about every great teacher you've ever had. What made them a great teacher was that they didn't just teach whatever subject they have. Any knowledge that you pursue is also going to come with wisdom. The more knowledge you learn, the more wisdom you gain. And so it's natural as you pass knowledge along to also pass wisdom along. So that's the life coach part of it. Can I help you in English? Jonas, I'm here to help everybody with their English. So if you guys didn't know, hi, my name is Teacher Mark. I am a real English teacher. I'm a certified ESL TEFL certified teacher, and I've been on Hello Talk for about 12 years, and I have about 78,000 followers, maybe 79,000 now, something like that. I have been teaching for, let's see. Oh, let's take a look at this. Look here. So I have been on Hello Talk for almost 12 years. I have had 1,174 total events. That's 113 voice streams and 1,064 live streams. That's 2,069 hours of teaching. All right. And I've had almost 1 million followers. Actually, I bet I have had 1 million followers now. Let's find out. Did I hit 1 million? Maybe I should celebrate. Let's see if I've had 1 million audience members yet. Host numbers. So the point is that I'm here a lot. I do 5 live streams and 5 voice streams every week, so you should follow me. Okay? And let's see, where are my audience numbers now? 909-264. And what's the other one? 87039. Almost. I've had 996,303 audience members. So I have about 4,000 to go, and I'll hit 1 million total audience on Hello Talk. So follow. And yeah, here is my website. And here is my YouTube. Okay? Beatrice, you need to be curious in English. Careful. Careful is probably the word I said. Yeah. Careful is C-A-R-E-F-U-L. Careful. Right? To be careful with your language just means to think about it with care, to be full of care, right? So when I'm teaching, to teach, if you want to teach people, you must be careful with your words. You choose the words that you think work best to explain your idea, right? And you have to think about choosing the right word. You have to think about putting it in the sentence the right way. You have to think about your intonation and your body language. There are many things that you think about. It was another word. I'm sorry, Beatrice, I'm not sure. But, Beatrice, this right now, this is on YouTube right now. Okay, all of my Hello Talk live streams are on YouTube, which means that as soon as I'm finished here, this will be uploaded to YouTube and you can go watch it and find the word that you're looking for. Okay? Hello, Miguel. And Lozo. Hello, Lozo. Your students don't understand English all the time because they're beginners in the language. I tried to slow down a little bit, paraphrasing a lot, but it's still very challenging. It is, yeah. I remember the first time I had to teach preschool kids, like 2-3-year-old kids, It's really hard to teach when they're 3 or 4 years old, 2, 3, 4 years old, and they don't know anything. That's hard. Yeah. Hello, Leonardo from Fort Wayne. We still have to grab some tacos sometime, man. My channel name is AFIEC English. It's right there. Oh, sorry, that's my website. Here, it's right here. AFIEC English at YouTube. Okay? Thank you, Jaja. What you wanted to ask about the rhythm, practicing the rhythm of spoken English. Ryan? Everyone has different rhythm with their language. But I think for you, what you probably need to practice is linking, right? Many Chinese people, they have trouble with linking the English words to sound smooth. When they speak, every word is separated, like feng kai, feng kai, feng kai. So they sound like this when they talk with every word is a separate word, right? So, the rhythm of English, if you learn how to sing, you can find it. So, pick a song, try learning a song, or just pick up a book and choose something in the book or an article, read the sentence, and try to sing it. Just with one pitch. It doesn't matter what you're singing. The point is that when you sing, all the words come together nice and smoothly because you take one deep breath to get all the words out together. So part of the rhythm of the language comes with understanding when to breathe. Okay? You cannot sing. Well, I can't sing either, man. I'm not a great singer. That's okay. That's all right. But think about, a simple song, Ryan, like row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream, right? Or London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. And the point is that when you take a breath, all of those words come out together smoothly, right? So children's songs work well, and they're easy. Okay. What about stress placement? Well, Ryan, do you know who Christopher Walken is? Christopher Walken is a very famous American actor. And he's famous because when he speaks, he sometimes places the accents in the words in very different places. So he sounds kind of like this, where the accents happen in very strange places. And I love listening to him speak because he proves that this part of language is personal. Whatever you want to do, do that. Whatever you think sounds best, do that. Okay? Christopher Walken is famous. And if he didn't speak that way, I don't know if he would be famous. So, the accents. I wouldn't necessarily suggest you shadow him, Ryan. What I mean is you should check him out. You should go listen to him, because then you'll see that he doesn't put the accents in the places that most people do, but no one tells him he's wrong. Okay? So check it out and just see. But, Ryan, shadowing is a good way to also find the proper rhythm of someone, right? Find someone who speaks the way you want to sound and then shadow them. Okay? Hello, Belen. You have to go. Marius is in the hospital. Oh, no. Ouch. Oh, ouch. That's no good. Well, tell him I hope he feels better. That's not good at all. Yeah. What's the best way to learn grammar? Sarath, go to this website. This is a fun way to practice grammar. Games. Or no, I'm sorry. Go to my website. Go to my website and then sign up. And then you'll find, go to the grammar link. And then you'll find all the grammar websites you need. Okay, games2learnenglish.com, BBC English Grammar. There are lots of grammar links on my website. So go to my website and you'll see everything you need there. Okay, I was going to give you one link, but no, look, if you go here, this is my website. If you click on resources, you can click on grammar. And look, games2learnenglish.com, BBC English Grammar, Dave's ESL Grammar, LO English Grammar, Wyzan English Grammar, Activities for English Students for Grammar, English World of Grammar, all right here. Yeah, I hate grammar too. But it's all right there, okay? So AFIEC English, right? That's my website. Okay, so go to my website and then you will find everything you need there, all right? Here it is one more time. All right, where are we doing on time? Ooh, I'm already out of time. Okay. You're welcome, Ryan. You're afraid of making mistakes when you speak English? Don't worry, Bear. Mistakes are good, not bad. If you make mistakes, then you're learning. You're making progress. If you're not making mistakes, you're not making progress. Okay? You're a software engineer. You also make websites. Okay, good for you. Okay, guys, guess what? I've been here for about 2 hours, and it's just about time for me to go. But I want to make sure I show you guys one more time. So if you are interested in studying English, then go to my website, afiecenglish.com, right there. Okay, here it is. I'm going to share my screen and show you. This is my website. If you want to know when is Teacher Mark online, when does he do live streams and voice rooms, click on schedule right here. If you click on my schedule, then look, here is a schedule of all of my live streams and voice rooms. And you can see even information about how to get there, right? Click on this and look, it tells you how to go to the live stream. All right. And all these times will be in your time zone when you look at them from your country. All right. So you'll see the time zone from your country. Then you can also go up here to resources and click on that. And everything you need to study is on my website. If you just click on reading, all the reading websites you need are right here. All the resources you need are right there. Okay. If you click on writing, everything you need to practice writing, right there. Okay. Everything right here. Grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, IELTS, TOEFL, speaking, listening. They're all right there. So if you just go to afiecenglish.com, then you'll get everything you need to study right there. Okay? All right. All right. And I have been here for 2 hours and I am hungry. It's time for me to go have some lunch and do some work. So I am going to go, but I will be back later tonight. I do live streams and voice rooms 10 times a week, 5 live streams a week, 5 voice rooms a week. Okay. So I had a live stream this morning. I will have a voice room tonight. Okay. So come check it out. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening wherever you live in the world. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to be a language warrior.